They left you, broke you, shattered what was left of your trust, like it meant nothing. Good, because what they didn't realize is that breaking you didn't destroy you. It awakened something they never saw coming. This isn't a story about revenge. It's about something far more powerful, transformation. You see, people think being broken means you're weak, fragile, but they're wrong. Being broken means the old version of you is gone. And now, you get to decide what rises from the ruins. So if you're sitting in silence, feeling forgotten, remember this. Every time you were pushed aside, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. And every piece they tore apart, you're about to use them all to build someone unbreakable. You gave your heart, your loyalty, your energy. And what did they do? Lied, left, let you fall. You were too much for them, too honest, too intense, too real. And real scares people. So they ran. Or worse, they stayed just long enough to drain you, until you were running on nothing but fumes and false hope. You looked in the mirror and didn't even recognize yourself anymore. Because all that light you used to carry, it flickered out. That moment, when everything went quiet, that's when the real journey started. Not the one where you try to prove them wrong, but the one where you prove to yourself that even with nothing left, you were still enough. Here's what no one tells you. The people who break you are often the ones who teach you what you're made of. Not because they were wise, but because they were careless. Their absence forced you to face your own reflection. And that reflection, it held questions that burned. Why wasn't I enough? Why did they leave? Was it all my fault? But then the silence speaks. And in that silence, you learn that their leaving wasn't about your worth, it was about your wings. Because as long as you kept folding yourself to fit their version of love, you were never going to grow, never going to rise. They left you broken? Good, because now there's space to rebuild. Not with their permission, not for their approval, but for you. This is the part where the world doesn't see you, where no one's clapping, where the nights feel endless and heavy. And yet, this is where the real work begins. You stop explaining yourself. You stop begging for closure. You stop holding on to people who never knew how to hold you back. You move in silence. You build in solitude. No posts, no updates, just focus. You begin waking up early, not because you're healed, but because discipline becomes your new religion. You hit the gym even when your mind is loud. You journal the pain, bleed it out in ink. You sit with your thoughts, not to suffer, but to understand. And over time, your scars stop screaming. They start teaching. You learn to stand on your own, not bitter, but better. You learn that self-respect tastes better than attention. That peace is more valuable than being liked. And in that silence, you rise, not to be seen, but because you were never meant to stay broken. You're not who you used to be. You're stronger now, not despite the pain, but because of it. They thought they broke you, but all they did was set you free. Free from illusions, free from pretending, free from needing anyone to validate your worth. Let them talk. Let them forget. Because while they stay in circles of comfort, you're walking straight into the storm. And storms don't scare you anymore, because you are one. Remember this, the quiet ones, the broken ones, the ones who rise without needing to be seen. They are the ones who shake the world. So walk forward. No noise, no need for revenge. Just that silent, steady strength that whispers, I'm still here, and I'm not done yet. If this spoke to your soul, subscribe to this channel. You're not alone. We rise in silence.